The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from EXP's top-producing icon agents? If you are an ambitious EXP agent ready to skyrocket your business, this podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your EXP business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Icons of Real Estate Podcast. With me today, I have Stephanie Gilson. She's the growth manager at Exp Commercial and principal broker of her own EXP team, the Gilson team. Stephanie has been a licensed broker her entire adult life with over 22 years of experience growing and managing real estate brokerage in commercial and residential real estate. Today, we'll go a bit more into detail about Exp Commercial and its amazing growth. Welcome to the show, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me on.
Yes. So now Exp Commercial, we haven't had that on the show yet. It's all about Exp Realty. So it's good to have here a different perspective. And so usually we start with your real estate journey. So you can start, I guess, with your commercial real estate journey, Stephanie.
Well, I tell you, commercial is so different than residential real estate, as we know, and it's a hard industry to break into. The typical statistic is 2 out of 100 agents make it in commercial real estate because it's harder to get trained. It's harder to have a mentor. It's harder to really, tap into that network. I started my real estate journey right out of college. I graduated in 1999 and went right into real estate. But one of the hardest things was for me to find a place, a commercial brokerage that would invest any time, effort, or energy into my success. They wanted people that were already skilled. They didn't want young people because they didn't think that that was going to elevate their business in any way. And we all know what goes into agent development and the time, effort, and energy. And so basically, I spent a lot of time fumbling. I found a place at an independent brokerage. They knew nothing about commercial real estate. And so that journey began with me, kind of learning on my own, watching what others did, reading about it, but really self-educating and just finding that grit to continually get out there, pound the pavement, and be successful. And so, this past year, in 2021, we launched Exp Commercial because, as we all know, Exp Realty has had exponential growth and tremendous success. And when you have over 70,000 top residential agents in this industry, and you look at their client base, well, those clients of theirs are commercial clients as well. And so what better of a time to go ahead and launch Exp Commercial as a separate brokerage, but still have that collaboration between the two entities to make it success. And so that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing Exp Realty agents sending referrals right over to our Exp Commercial licensees. And it was just announced, we are the fastest growing commercial brokerage to ever launch in history, within our first year getting over 500 licensees.
Nice. That is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So just tell me, when Exp Commercial then came into the game, were people that were brokered by Exp Realty, like maybe it would make sense them moving to Exp Commercial?
Absolutely. No? Yeah. We had a few of those people do it, but we've had new growth. We've attracted brokers and agents from, some of the largest well-known commercial brands. I mean, in commercial real estate, it's old school, right? They're dinosaurs when you compare it to what residential companies are doing. So at commercial, it's 50-50 splits, it's 60-40 splits. There's no existence of having a cap, right? I mean, when you say cap to a commercial practitioner, they're like, what do you mean cap? Because they've never had a cap. And so with us, utilizing that success of the EXP Realty model with having that cap, with having the training, with having the low monthly fee for technologies, with all the different trainings, having the revenue share and the equity earning opportunities, and applying that to commercial real estate, we are changing the way commercial real estate is done. And we've gotten a lot of attention from economic advisors that are exactly speaking to these commercial companies saying, you all are going to have to make a change because EXP Commercial's already done it.
Exactly. They have to keep up with the evolution.
Yes.
And what I want to understand, Stephanie, is why did you join EXP Commercial as so first you were a director of operations, right, when you started, and now you're director of growth?
Well, let me share that journey because I started in real estate at 21. I launched my first company, my first real estate brokerage at 21. I grew that. And then right around 2004, I did the launch of the first KW office with some business partners in the state of Kentucky. And we grew that. That wasn't a model that I was interested in because it was that franchise concept, right? And so it didn't work for me. I sold out of that in 2008, went back to being independent. When EXP found me in 2017, I owned an independent brokerage. It was successful. I kept it small on purpose because, I just wanted producers, and I was in production and development and everything myself. And so I had an opportunity to sell my company to some national brands, but again, it would have put me right back into that franchise model that I wasn't interested in. I didn't want to accept a payday to sell my company and then be married to a brand, a franchise brand for the next 10 years. And so EXP, when I first looked at it, just like so many things, I was like, wait, this sounds too good to be true, and of course, I went to my financial advisor. I went to my CPA. I had attorneys look at this model, trying to find why and what was wrong with it. And obviously, everybody came back with, there was nothing wrong with it. This is a great opportunity. And so I actually brought my entire firm over to EXP Realty on February 5th of 2018. So Saturday is my 4-year anniversary. EXP Realty wasn't built for commercial, but the model was great enough to where I had the systems in place. And then I also had residential agents and been in new construction, doing different developments. So we made the model work for us. And so having this EXP Commercial and taking the position to build it, when I got involved with EXP Realty, I literally brought my company over and then was going to take a back seat and just go back to being an agent and get out of the management side, get out of the being the principal broker side. But I absolutely fell in love with what was happening. And at that time, we were just a little over 6,000 agents total at EXP Realty. So I took a position of the Kentucky State Brokerage. I became that broker. We had 6 agents plus my 26 that I brought over. We grew it to 100 agents in less than 3 weeks in the state of Kentucky. We basically did this revamp, and I loved it. I loved building this company. And so then as we scaled, we got to 200, 300, 400. There I was asked by upper leadership, look, you understand commercial real estate. We don't. Can you launch this? And I said, absolutely. I know how to open a brokerage in all 50 states. I know license laws. It's my, this brain is a sponge of information. I have way too much knowledge in it that the everyday agent wouldn't even need to know. But it's easy for me to understand how all states work when it comes to licensing and to open up businesses. I've done it multiple times. Thomas, one of the first things I did was made sure that we didn't go on what my gut was and what I knew in this industry, because being in Louisville, Kentucky is different than being in Los Angeles, California, right? So we hired a third-party market research company because I didn't want it to be on my gut and what we thought we knew. We wanted the data, and that's exactly what we did. And that's why we've had that exponential growth. We have packaged the best technology, in real estate. I don't care if it's residential or commercial. When you're on your own or with some of these other brands, you're spending thousands of dollars a month to have CRMs and data access and valuation systems and websites and all of those things. when we're able to go to these vendors and utilize our publicly traded $5 billion market cap status and negotiate and get mass discounts, that's why we're able to package this. And so we do have the best of the best technologies, and several of those that we're utilizing, like build out and Reonomy. And so that's what we're on the path of doing. And I think it also helps too, because we've brought all of this together and we've been that company operating in a metaverse before metaverse was ever even a term, right?
Exactly.
And so when we are all in that global world, we've shrunk it. We've gotten rid of the silos. I was at a conference, SIOR, and that's the Society of Office and Industrial Realtors. And I had these commercial practitioners coming up to me that specialize in office. And as we know, we've been through this pandemic of COVID and it's still happening and the offices were closed. And one of the things they said to me is we love your model, but what we don't like about your model is that you're operating in virtual office space. We make our living leasing and selling office space, and you all are taking that away from us. And I said, guys, I want you to sit down and I want you to think about something here. We're not taking it away. We're giving you a footprint to where you'll never go out of business, because our virtual space is our real estate. Our Verbella platform is our real estate. And they're like, you know what? We never thought about that. But as we all know, that's becoming the hot topic, and EXP's had it for over 7 years.
Yeah, it was not so long ago. Facebook changed the name to Meta, right? And we are already working with the EXP.
Yeah.
And then I was just thinking like, wait, this is this is like the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. It's like they stole the idea or something.
Exactly.
Like that. Stephanie.
Absolutely. And, we've been on a lot of conferences about that, because it is, that's how you take a company in a decade's time and make it multi-billions of dollars. You can't do that in office space that's scattered throughout the world. You wouldn't have the right connectivity to be able to build it that quickly.
So Stephanie, how many agents right now does Exp Commercial have? And what are your goals for this year?
So as of today, and I'm going to say the date, it's February 3rd, 2022. We are over 550. I think we're at 553. Our goal by the end of the year is to be close to 1,500 commercial practitioners in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't launched the Exp Commercial in other countries, but that will be coming. But in the United States alone, that's our goal, is to be at that 1,500 number. And I believe we're going to do that because we spent the first year getting it opened in states, through COVID, getting the licenses, working with government that was pretty much closed down and so forth, took a while. So, we didn't get everything officially open until just the end of this year when we opened Vermont. It was our last state that we opened. So now that we have a whole year of, we've spent the year building brand recognition, making sure people are aware that Exp Commercial exists. And I think that that's going to be an easy goal for us to achieve. There's always going to be less commercial practitioners than there are residential, obviously. But, that's us getting about 3%. And I think that's definitely achievable, especially with the value prop we're offering.
Yeah, but it's even if there is more residential, there will always be commercial, and
right.
You know what they say, like the riches are in the niches, and that's why like commercial real estate can be a very good industry to work in, because it's more focused.
Absolutely. And my favorite question when I get on a call, because I'm the director of growth for Exp Commercial, so I do growth calls throughout the day, explaining the model, answering the questions. But my number one question I ask the agent or the broker on the other side of that call is I just say flat out, what did you pay your broker last year? And I've heard everything from 59,000 to 4.8 million. 4.8 million. And when I say to them, you're never going to pay us more than 20,000 because that's what we cap at. They're like, what? I mean, because it's just, it's such a great model. And so that's why we're going to scale. Realty was built to make millionaires out of real estate agents. That's why it was built, right? To put more, it's an agent-centric company. The agents own the company. Same with commercial. This is putting more money back into their pockets, so that when they have those times that it's slow and, there's a pandemic, hopefully we never see that again, but we don't know what's going to happen in this world. It's prepared, right? They're prepared. They have a way to earn revenue, but in this manner, they're never going to pay their broker more than 20K. So that's a lot of money that they can keep to just, live on and sustain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the cap is actually different from EXP Realty, right?
It is. It's
Okay.
just $4,000 more. So it's an 80-20 split with a $20,000 cap. And so again, it still has the revenue share capabilities. We have the equity earnings, just like Realty does. And they can also attract to EXP Realty and earn revenue share, and vice versa. EXP Realty can attract to EXP Commercial. So separate brokerages, but the same, mothership owns them both, and that's how it all flows through.
Yeah, that was actually my question, because when you're trying to build a revenue share team, like that it has to be like exclusively like commercial or realty. So it can come from both.
It can come from both. And that's what's so great about it, because all of us that have been in this industry, maybe if you've just only stayed on the residential side of things, you've come across commercial practitioners. You may have referred business to them in the past, or vice versa. And so we wanted that to be, again, they're separate brokerages, but they work together. And that collaboration has led to billions of referrals, back and forth. True commercial practitioners never want to show a house, so they've got referrals to give. And residential people that don't have the understanding of commercial, we're always taught, don't play in the field you have no knowledge of, right? It's too risky. And, it's not serving the client. And so we've just seen tremendous success back and forth. And I can't wait until the end of 22, not only to release the numbers that we've achieved our 1,500 licensee count growth in the US, but to see the numbers, to see the dollar volumes of transactions, because we're built to bring in junior agents that have absolutely no knowledge of commercial industry, because we've built the right education for them to be successful. But we have got true producers. There's going to be a lot of icons that come out of EXP Commercial because they have been in the industry. They're doing deals that are 250 million. I've seen $1 billion transaction flow through, right? I mean, so these are big numbers. And, so we're built on that basis of, just within the first month that we started to see the closings come through, there was almost 500 million in volume in just that month. So we've got true mega agents and brokers that have transferred into EXP Commercial from other companies.
Exactly, and that's kind of the same strategy that was used on with EXP Realty as well, right? When we saw like a bunch of the mega agents in the top 1% of every state moving from Keller Williams and Remax to EXP Realty. So now the plan is to do the same thing, but with EXP Commercial, right?
That's exactly right. And, the thing about commercial real estate that a lot of people don't understand is that it's extremely territorial. So, when a commercial practitioner is with a company that's a franchised commercial company, like an NAI or an SVN or a Marcus and Millichap, they have territories. So they also are told to stay in their product specialty lane. So like, for example, if they're multifamily, they only represent multifamily. But if they get an opportunity because a friend of theirs or a client wants to buy an industrial warehouse, they can't do that deal. They have to give it to the industrial guy in the office, right? Well, EXP Commercial, because we're a global company with EXP Realty, the territory is the globe. We're that one, national company, so we don't have territory stakes, and we certainly don't require people stay in their product specialty lane. We want them to be well-versed, because when the market changes, we don't want office guys or gals to be stuck in only representing office, right? And so that's why we're getting this attraction, because in the United States, especially, we have portability with license. And so what's important about that is that if I'm licensed in Kentucky, but I get an opportunity to represent my client and they want to purchase something in Tennessee, I can utilize license portability and still represent that deal because EXP Commercial is open for business there. And so that's huge. But if I was with a franchised commercial real estate firm, I'd have to give it to the franchise in Tennessee, right?
Mhm.
They limit the territory. And so that's what's also extremely important. So not only have we built the best value proposition with a $20,000 cap and the rev share and earning of stock, but we have made this entire globe their footprint, their farm area, so to speak, and they're not limited. And that's what's huge. And that's what people need to do, especially in this world. You know, this world's huge, as we know, but we've learned how to shrink it. You know, we all, how many times a day do you say, oh my gosh, it's such a small world. It's such a small world. Well, at EXP, it is a small world because our reach is so easy. If we have an opportunity, which we've had this opportunity, to have a resort listing in the Dominican Republic. We just opened, EXP just opened in Dominican Republic. Well, now we can represent that resort in Dominican Republic. And a lot of these agents and brokers in these other countries, they want to bring US brokers in on the transaction because our reach for marketing exposure is so much more drastic here in America. Right? And we're seeing so much investment coming from Canada and Spain and Hong Kong and Mexico. They're all coming in. And so it's great when our agents and brokers can work together no matter what country they're located in.
Yeah, or even planet, who knows?
It's planet. Yeah, who knows? We'll be talking about that one day.
So you're the director of growth, and of course, except for those very convincing reasons that one would join EXP Commercial, what type of efforts are being made to intensify the growth of EXP Commercial and actually reach that 1.5K goal?
Well, I tell you what, we will spend this year, and we did last year when you know things started to open back up and do in real life. EXP Commercial immediately became a supporter of C5, which is the commercial side of NAR, and making sure that we had our presence there. Same with CCIM, which is one of the greatest designations a commercial agent can earn in the industry. SIOR, ICSE, we are making sure that we're represented at these conventions in a big way, because until everyone sees us, they're not going to be aware of us. We all know how that is. But one of the best things we did was hire Bernard Abola, who's our director of marketing for EXP Commercial. He came from Microsoft. He understands the digital space like you and how podcasts and everything work. He understands that. And so we have had a lot of traction just utilizing that digital space. I think I have over 18,000 followers on LinkedIn, and Jim Wong, our president for EXP Commercial, has about 30,000. He's about a decade older than me, so that's the difference. He'll get upset with me on that. I love Jim. Jim and I, we're great partners, but utilizing our influence to really spread that message, and that's what we're doing. And I spend, many times, sometimes 18 different growth calls a day, just explaining the message. But we also do EXP Commercial Explained every single Thursday. EXP Commercial on YouTube, we have our own channel. There's over 70 interviews where each week, not only do we explain the model, but we bring on a broker or agent who has made the transition, and they've been with us at least a month or a little longer, and they share the story of what their business was like at their last firm and what it's like now. And you hear the same repetitive nature because it is all accurate. They're 3 timesing their business, meaning what they did last year at the other firm, even if they've only been here 30 days or 6 weeks, they've already got 3 times more the business because of this referral and the collaboration that we do so well between the 2 companies of EXP Realty and EXP Commercial. But also the technologies that we're providing. I love this story because new to the business agent, couple years, hasn't really gotten his feet wet. He utilized Reonomy exactly the way that it's supposed to be used, and he got 42 listings in 30 days. In commercial real estate, when you say you got 42 listings in 30 days, that's unheard of. Like nobody does that. And so, but that's why we tapped into these technologies, because we want all of our agents, whether they're new to the industry or they've been here a long time, we want them to have the ability to truly grow and scale their business. And that's what we've delivered. And that's huge. And that's a technology that would normally cost $500 a month, but it's packaged in our $250 a month package, along with 8 others.
And that's actually what I wanted to talk after a bit of this. There's these two main tools that Exp Commercial has, right? Reonomy and Build Out. Can you just give a little bit of a nuance for us and the audience that maybe don't know these tools at all, and like just so they understand what they are?
Absolutely. So, in commercial real estate, there's not an MLS necessarily like there is in residential. So in residential, you just put your listings on the MLS and then it goes out to the Zillows and the Realtor.coms and all of the IDX feeds that are available. In commercial, it's much more difficult. There's individualized platforms. And so what Build Out is our agents have the ability to put their listing in, and then it automatically syndicates out to these 40 different advertising platforms. And the reason why that's important is because without a tool like Build Out, you would have to manually upload that listing 42 times, which takes days, right? I mean, that's a lot of manpower, okay? I mean, you're going through the same repetitive steps. And so what else Build Out is our offering memorandum, our listing proposals. It's basically an all-in-one suite for everything marketing when it comes to listings, whether they're commercial real estate or whether they're business listings. It works for both because we also do business brokering. And so then Reonomy is national data, but it has algorithms built into it to where agents can use it to lead generate. That's what's important to it. It gives us the probability of sale for off-market properties all across the United States. And soon Reonomy is going to also be servicing Canada, which is going to be a game changer for Canada. And when Exp Commercial gets launched there, we're already going to be set up for that, which is beautiful. But at Exp Commercial, we also did something very unique. Data in commercial real estate is the most powerful tool anybody can have. And most companies always rely on a third-party service to buy that data. We made a deal early on with Enriched Data, and now it has become EXP Enriched Data, to where we all have access, and EXP Realty does too, to all properties in the United States of America. We can see who owns them. We can see the mortgages that they have on those properties. We can see when building permits or improvement permits have been pulled. We can have an immediate valuation, a broker price opinion or a broker opinion of value in seconds anywhere in the United States. And this tool is so valuable because here's the thing. We go back to what are we at Exp Realty and what are we at Exp Commercial? We're shareholders. We're an agent-owned company. We own our own data that's worth multi-millions of dollars, and it's only getting greater and greater. But what we've done with that tool is we've also, just like Build Out and having that time saver of uploading those listings, with Exp Enriched Data, you can literally have that BPO or BOV done in seconds, minutes. I used to spend sometimes 36 hours on a true broker price opinion, trying to find the comps, logging on to 9-10 different platforms, trying to get behind, the county records to see what all was happening with that property. We've put it all in one place. And we've also got the owner's contact information right there, cell phone numbers, vetted email addresses. So our agents now can be that much quicker. So, and we did this for commercial, but what was happening is I saw how easy it was for us to put all this together for commercial. And I'm like, well, why won't we just do it for residential too? Because let's bring value to Exp Realty as well. They've brought value to us by referring us business. Let's now give them a gift and enable them to do the same thing when it comes to residential BPOs, because we know relocation companies need those. Foreclosures, short sales, people want a true valuation, not just a CMA that's done on MLS, but a true valuation. And that's what we've built. And so as we scale quickly, as this company has had such fast exponential growth, we want to continue to innovate to where we continue that growth. And we also give our agents the tools necessary to always be that many steps ahead of the competing firm. And that's what this is all about. And so you will see EXP Commercial constantly innovate. And as we stumble on this innovation and realize that it benefits residential, we will build it for residential as well, because that's what this company is about. Collaboration, building each other. We're all business partners and making sure that we all win together.
Exactly. It's all about those nice synergies. So
yes.
in EXP Realty, so Reonomy is not yet available on EXP Realty, but it will be. Is that it?
No, it's we allow for EXP enriched data to be available. Now, a realty agent could subscribe to Reonomy, but it is just for EXP Commercial. It's part of our toolkit. If EXP Realty agent wanted to opt into Reonomy, they could do so, but it would cost them close to $500 a month.
Okay, so it's not yet included in the package per se.
For EXP Commercial, it is included.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, in Reonomy, like. If you said a lot of times, it just looks like you're just saying like Rihanna, and I thought like it has something to do with it, you know. But if you bring out a bit of pop, you know, like it can help with the leads as well.
Yeah.
So Stephanie, you own a real estate team yourself, right? And
I do.
You're quite successful. Is it Kentucky and Indiana, right? So how do you
Kentucky,
align...
Indiana, and then I've got an agent on my team that is also licensed in Ohio as well.
Ohio, nice. How do you align these both roles in your professional life?
So I, realized about 4 years ago that building a team is how you maximize your wealth. I was one of these people for so long, Tom. I mean, I literally thought if I didn't do it, it wasn't going to get done properly. So it was a big learning experience for me to be able to relinquish that control and trust that somebody could deliver the way I delivered. And so I built a team and wanted to make sure as I built that team and coached the agents on my team that they never needed me. I'm going to drive the business. I'm going to hand over my book of business, and we're going to gain new business. But they can truly service the business. And that's exactly what has been happening. And very rarely do I have to ever get involved in any type of transaction. I personally haven't done a transaction unless I'm sitting there as the seller or the buyer. I'm a land developer, so I do buy and sell property. But other than that, my team is running that business. And, I provide them an assistant and I provide them a marketing, and we've got an office that we collaborate in. But we built our business since joining EXP, 4 years ago. We went from doing 57 million as a team to 250 million as a team to 950 million as a team. And that's what this is about. And it's about being able to duplicate yourself. And so I literally have all this energy and focus on EXP Commercial because that's my new mission in life. My husband will tell you this. I mastered being great at selling real estate a long time ago, to the extent it got a little bit boring because it wasn't challenging enough for me. And so I built this very recognizable brand in Kentucky, which is great. And, I keep that brand going, but my team is running all of that business. And, if it was just me, myself, and I'd still be probably doing 50 million a year and unhappy. And so now I'm 44. I got in this business when I was 21. So it's 23 years. And I'm on this new mission to truly change the way commercial real estate looks and the way it's done. And I always go back to what drives me. And that's the day that I walked into those 7 commercial offices when I was 21 years old and had the door slammed in my face. And I said, one day when I get to the ability, when I have a platform that can help me do it, we're going to change the way this industry is. We're going to make sure that it's built for those like me who only wanted to be in commercial real estate. but was forced to go do the other because that's all I could get. We're going to build a training system to where it's not 2 out of 100 succeed, that we get 80 out of 100 succeed. And people ask me that all the time. Why don't you say 100 out of 100? And I always go back to, there's 20% that we can't help, no matter what, right? So if we get to 80 out of 100, that is success for me. So we've built this accelerate program inside of Exp Commercial so that it takes those that know nothing and it gives them that foundation. It gives them that success. It gives them the knowledge. It teaches them how to truly build a business inside of Exp Commercial and across this country. And so that's why we're having these successes. But that's what I'm on now. Jim Wong and I are on a mission. We're on a mission and we're writing history. No one has attempted to change the commercial industry ever. Residential, it's been done over and over and over and over. We're going to be at the forefront. We are already at the forefront. We're going to make it happen. And that's my new mission in life. I love making money and my team makes me plenty of it. But today I sit here and I love it. I'm on this mission and I'm going to stay on this mission until we succeed.
Nice. I really like your conviction. It's very hard to predict that you're going to fail. So it's like, I think we all can agree that you and Jim, you're going to make it as you want, any way you want to.
That's right. Thank you.
And yeah, Stephanie, we were talking here when we did our break, or technical break, but you also host the CRE Power Hour, right? Do you want to take this opportunity to let our audience know what it is?
We do the CRE Power Hour on the second and fourth Wednesday of each month, and people can find it on LinkedIn and sign up for it. But basically what we're doing there is we're giving commercial agents and brokers in the industry a platform to collaborate. So we have so much collaboration inside of EXP, as we know. I want to collaborate with those that are not part of us. It's not an attraction mechanism at all. It's good, powerful agents networking because they have deals that they want to bring to the table, and we want our agents to be able to sell those, but we also give coaching tips and so forth. I think as much success as anybody has, you have to be able to give back. And so if I can do, an hour-long webinar with my co-host, Lisa Marie, to share my industry secrets and how I got to where I'm at and inspire others, that's what this is all about. And so the CRE Power Hour has brought together a network of commercial practitioners that are sharing with each other. And they're from all different firms. They're from all over the globe. And we're really just another avenue to expose, our properties, our listings, the way we drive business, all of those things. And so that's what that's about. And maybe one day they'll become EXP. That would be great. But if they don't, that's okay too, because we always have to speak to our competition. We always have to know what the competition's doing. And again, I go back to, this is an industry that you need to have collaboration with. That's how deals are done. Relationships is how you truly transact in the residential business.
Exactly, because it is kind of a competition, but there's enough market for everyone. So it's not really a very like no one is running, everyone is going to get there if they want to. But so is it like, but I didn't understand if it's a webinar where people go there and they have like a networking discussion, or is it more like a podcast?
So we do both. We do the webinar, but then we put it on a podcast. So the reason we do the webinar, we always have a special guest on. And last week we had Bernadette Hurley, which is one of the most well-known commercial real estate coaches in the industry. And so we were able to ask her questions, and she spent an hour giving us coaching tips that she charges for. Next webinar we're going to have John Tavares with Villa Title, because we want to talk about title issues when it comes to commercial real estate. If there's new to the business agents on there, we want them to hear how important it is to run a preliminary title, to know and understand what that property is. So we're giving great tidbits that sometimes people don't listen to or don't know about. So we're doing that, but we're also giving them that stage to share their knowledge and just really learn from each other.
Nice. Looks great. So, Stephanie, I guess in the end, we always have to ask this question. So I can imagine the audience after hearing this episode, they may want to get in touch with you. So can you let us know how can our audience reach you?
You know what? They can email me at stephanie.gilezan@expcommercial.com, but also find me on LinkedIn and message me through there. I do a lot of conversations through LinkedIn, but also my phone number. Give me a call. I am one of these people that I love connecting with others. I love helping everybody build. But my cell phone number is 502-817-6484. Send me a text or give me a call. I'm a person that, it's you can never have too many relationships, right? The more people we know, the better we all are.
Perfect. And with that, I say thank you very much for coming here on the episode, and I hope you liked it as much as I, and looking forward to see that growth.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.